में भेजा, निर्मल देकर काया। आकर के संसार में मैंने इसको दाग लगाया। जन्म जन्म की मैली चादर, अब क्या दाग चुराऊं। मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारे हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माऊं। मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे। निर्मल वाणी पाकर तुझसे, नाम न तेरा गाया। नैन मूंद कर गए परमेश्वर, कभी ना तुझको ध्याया। मन बिना ही तारे टूटी, अब क्या गीत सुनाऊं। मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारे हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माऊं। मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे। इन परों से चल कर तेरे मंदिर कभी न आया। इन पैरों से चल कर तेरे मंदिर कभी न आया। जहाँ जहाँ हो पूजा तेरी कभी न शीश झुकाया। हे गरी गरी मैं हार के आया, अब क्या गार चढ़ाऊं। मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, द्वार तुम्हारे मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर, मेरी चादर, मेरी चादर तंबुरा तारे मन अद्भुत गए साध, हरि के कर से बज रहा, हरि की है आवाज। तन के तबूरे में दो, तन के तबूरे में दो सांसों के तार बोले, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम। तन के तबूरे में दो, तन के तबूरे में दो सांसों के तार बोले, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम। अब तो इस मन के मंदिर में, अब तो इस मन के मंदिर में प्रभु का हुआ बसेरा, प्रभु का हुआ बसेरा। अब तो इस मन के मंदिर में प्रभु का हुआ बसेरा, प्रभु का हुआ बसेरा। मगन हुआ मन मेरा टूटा, जन्म जन्म का फेरा, जन्म जन्म का फेरा। मन की मुरलिया में, मन की मुरलिया में, मन की मुरलिया में सुर का सिंगार बोले, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम। तन के तबूरे में दो सांसों के तार बोले, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय। लगन लगी लीलाधारी से, जगीर जगमग ज्योति, जगीर जगमग ज्योति। लगन लगी लीलाधारी से, जगीर जगमग ज्योति, जगीर जगमग ज्योति। राम नाम का हीरा पाया, श्याम नाम का मोती, जगीर जगमग ज्योति। प्यासी तो आँखियों में हो, प्यासी तो आँखियों में, प्यासी तो आँखियों में आंसुओं के धार बोले, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम। तन के तबूरे में दो, तन के तबूरे में दो सांसों के तार बोले, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम श्याम, जय सिया राम राम, जय राधे श्याम।
जय जय दुर्गे माँ, दुर्गे माँ है माँ। जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी। हारिणी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, शंभु विदारिणी मात भवानी, शंभु विदारिणी मात भवानी, मात भवानी मात भवानी, दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे। आदिशक्ति पर ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी, आदिशक्ति पर ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी, जगत जननी चहो वेद बखानी, जगत जननी चहो वेद बखानी, ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो, ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो, ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी, ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी, दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी। अष्टभुजा कर खड्ग विराजे, अष्टभुजा कर रे मम रे म पद पम प पद द ध ध पद पम पम रि रि म प पम रि रि म रि स। अष्टभुजा कर खड्ग विराजे, सिंह सवार सकल वरदानी, सिंह सवार सकल वरदानी, ब्रह्मानंद शरण में आयो, ब्रह्मानंद शरण में आयो, भव भय नाश करो महारानी, भव भय नाश करो महारानी, दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे। हरि मम रे म पद 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 द पद पम पप मम रे म रे 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 म पद, दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी, जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय दुर्गे जय जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परि हारिणी गम पनि रा साने रा पर गम पम गरनी सगम ग मग सा दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो साग विदुर घर पाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो साग विदुर घर पाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई झूठे फल शबरी के खाए झूठे फल शबरी के खाए झूठे फल शबरी के खाए बहुविधि प्रेम लगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई प्रेम के बस नृप सेवा कीन्ही प्रेम के बस नृप सेवा कीन्ही आप बने हरि नाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई ऐसी प्रीत बड़ी वृंदावन ऐसी प्रीत बड़ी वृंदावन गम पनि रा साने धा पा नि दा पा धा पा म पा प म ग म ग रे ग रे स रे रे स ग म प नि सा ऐसी प्रीत बड़ी वृंदावन ऐसी प्रीत बड़ी वृंदावन गोपिन नाच नचाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई सबसे ऊंची दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, साग विधुर घर पाई, सबसे ऊंचे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ऊंचे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ऊंचे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ऊंचे प्रेम सगाई।
सावरिया 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 मोरी नैया तरा दे, सावरिया मोरी नैया तरा दे रे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे। सावरिया 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 मोरी नैया तरा दे रे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा। नंदानाई सदन कसाई, हुई मस्तानी मीराबाई, नंदानाई सदन कसाई, हुई मस्तानी मीराबाई, ऐसा ही मुझे मस्त बना दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे। सावरिया 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 मोरी नैया तरा दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे। गज के गज के आकर हनद चुरायो, द्रुपद सुता के क्षीर बढ़ायो, गज के आकर हनद चुरायो, द्रुपद सुता के क्षीर बढ़ायो, ऐसा ही मुझे भक्त बना दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे, नैया तरा दे पार लगा दे। सावरिया 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 मुरी नैयत राधे रे, नैयत राधे पार लगा दे, नैयत राधे पार लगा। मोह के वश में अर्जुन आया, रूप विराट से हर ली माया। मोह के वश में अर्जुन आया, रूप विराट से हर ली माया। ऐसा ही मुझे रूप दिखा दे, नैयत राधे पार लगा दे, नैयत राधे पार लगा दे। सावरिया 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 मुरी नैयत राधे रे, नैयत राधे पार लगा दे, नैयत राधे पार लगा दे, नैयत राधे, नैयत राधे, नैयत राधे पार लगा दे। जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। जो तू मिटाना चाहे, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा, जग में वो हारा हारा। कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा, मन का मिटे अंधियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण। मन का मिटे अंधियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। जिसको मिली ना पीरा, सुख का मरहम क्या जाने। जो न ध्याए कृष्णा कृष्णा, नित का धर्म क्या माने। जिसको मिली ना पीरा, सुख का मरहम क्या जाने। जो न ध्याए कृष्णा कृष्णा, का धर्म क्या माने। चाहे अगर उजियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा। चाहे अगर उजियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। छोड़ दे भटकना दर्दन, तोड़ दे अहम का घेरा। भूल जा जगत के वैभव, जग है दुखों का डेरा। छोड़ दे भटकना दर्दन, तोड़ दे अहम का घेरा। भूल जा जगत के वैभव, जग है दुखों का डेरा। फिर काहे मारा मारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा। फिर काहे मारा मारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। जो तुम मिटाना चाहे, जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। Sangman, PSS man, you are required on the board, please. गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
प्रेम से बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Sitaram, everybody.
सीता।
Let's all stand as we begin this evening our 15th session with Arti. Please put your hands together. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam hayam. As we get ready to sing this arati, I remind you to say a prayer. Ask Lord Krishna, ask Lord Vishnu. Tonight is a powerful message. Dear Lord, please accept my offering as I offer myself. Bless me, bless my family. You have a copy of the arati? Have a copy? Yeah. Let me hand this to you. Let's all sing together with Uncle Nar as we do this arati.
भागवत भगवान
Sing from your heart, everybody.
आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि गान यही वरदान यही, हरि गान यही वरदान यही, मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। करनी है दुख हरनी, हरि दुख करनी है दुख हरनी। ये मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। बोल जग फंद कोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग फंद कोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान है आरती, गलतियों को माफ से है काटती। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, 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 गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
Let's pray together, everybody. Gajananam Bhutaganadisevitam Kapeta Jambu Palacharabhakshritam Umasutam Sho Kavinashankarakam Namami Viganeshwara Padapankajam Sarvamangalamangalye. Everybody. Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani
Namostute.
Gurur Brahma
Gurur Vishnu
Gurur Devo
Maheshwara
Gurur Sakshat
Parabrahma
Tasmai Shri
Gurave Namah.
Easy prayer, powerful prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One more time. Om Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Everybody, please have your seat. Make yourself comfortable. As we continue now where we left off, today in our first session, all day we've been in Skanda 7 of Bhagwat. Our first discourse dealt with who is Hiranyakashipu. If the Bhagwat is a place we go to get information, we identified time and time again in all our meetings, illustrating little things that seems to be muddy points in the Hindu's mind. For example, some of the things that we identify with Lord Shiva, his Trishul, why he has that snake on his head, his neck, sorry. What is the true color of Lord Shiva? In our prayer, we talked about earlier when we were speaking about praying to Spirit, how in this age of Kali Yuga, we get it so confused that when we go for Bandara, for example, we put the Krishna Murti on the Bedi and then we come next to him. And I use the example of my grandfather in the same level. And the person puts chandan for Krishna, we put perfume for Krishna, and say, dear God, please accept my offering. If I give you sweet things and sweet times, parsad, etc., you will bless me with that. But when you take the photo of the dead man and you start to masawe him with hardi and sindoor and perfume and you pray to the dead, I just wonder what's the logic. If in the discourse, the deceased says, I hold no attachment to these people. Narad Muni says, who was Hiranyakashipu before and so on. If you want to see the dead, it makes the dead person appear in ghost form in our language. And Narad Muni tells the little boy, talk to your mother and father, give them a little inca, a little iota of hope. He says, show me which one is my mother and father in this birth, which one I should hold on to, which person I should feel something for. To be honest, the reality is I hold them as mother and father so long the body exists. But when I'm changing forms, what we are mother and father and friend in this janam, in a short time we'll be enemies, we may be dog and dog owner. We change hats, we change roles so quickly that the feelings that we harbor whilst we are alive, soon as death comes, it changes. So what I would tell you, and I'm just repeating what the young boy says. He says, I don't even identify. It looks as if I have forgotten them already. Because just now, my parabdha karma is going to tell me if I did bad, we were talking about what causes in God's creation people to be born with hearing problem, hearing impairment, eyesight impairment. In some religion, we hear God made us in His vision, in His image. But the truth is, where was God when the child was born deaf, mute, blind? The Hindu concept is because of karma, the mistakes, the stupid decisions we all do, is causing now this frame, this body, to be born with ailments, with weaknesses on it. If I went to court, for example, and I incriminate an innocent person, I lie, I see that person, kill that person, don't worry. In your next life, maybe the eyes will not work, or the mouth that told the lie is not going to work. Explaining the flaws in all of our bodies. The same parents in that moment got up, did their funeral now, not holding on like me and you, did their duty very quickly. Then lunchtime we did the katha of how is it in this boy's case, Prahalad, what exactly did Prahalad do that they tried to kill him? How is it that you have a demonic father with this lineage, the genetics as they say? If that is the justification for good people, his genetics is the worst. He comes from the Daityas, these people who are kingly. Thank you. Kingly people that use darkness and to get power to destroy innocence. Hiranyakashipu is the person who says, I harbor hatred, ill will towards Lord Vishnu because he killed my brother Hiranyaksh. And he wants his son to follow in his footsteps of his 4 sons and daughter. Prahalad is the eldest, and he nurtures his son. He holds his son very gentle. But when he puts him in the school to be taught by the sons of Shukra, the little boy ends up teaching them about Vishnu. Don't teach me things like I and mine. Don't teach me to be hurtful. Don't teach me to be selfish. Teach me to be selfless. What is wrong with you? What kind of teachings is this? What craziness are you encouraging and imbibing in young people? So much criticism and harsh language from Prahalad to his teachers. The teachers come to the parent to complain. And when they did complain, Hiranyakashipu says, who's in charge of this class? What is going on? Why are you teaching my son prayers that will lead to mukti and liberation and everlasting atonement with Vishnu? I don't want that. teach him prayer to call, when you call upon, I use the example when people go for stick fighting, where they call upon the spirit in that religion, that when they swing this stick, it must not stop until it gets blood. In the line of the Kshatri, when they pull the arrow, when they call the sword, it must not stop until it kills. It cuts, and it cuts in such a way. It must inflict. The spirit must call the death of this person. Teach him those prayers. When he enters into the battlefield, he must not stop until he kills. Give him that information. What are you talking about, this Jiva Atma and finding the Param Atma? What is happening in this school? Do you want me to replace you? Do you want me to get a more adept teacher? He says, no, it's your son who causing the trouble. Everybody else is taking the lesson. The lesson plan is there, but this child does not want to accept what I'm teaching. Please talk to your child. The father tries every Sam, Dan, Dhan, Bed, all the different Hindu tenets of how to coax somebody. He talks to his child, threatens the child, he bribes the child. If you pass the exam, I'll buy you the PlayStation. And when that didn't work, the father says the only thing that will work is the dand, or the fancy word for the licks. He says corporal punishment is the only thing for you. You are only worshipping Vishnu. If Vishnu kills Hiranyaks and I'm still full of pain, I'm not getting over this loss. The first stage of grief is anger, and he's holding on to that. He cannot forgive. What makes him a demon? The fact that he allows this hatred and negativity to pollute the prayer. When we were talking in a different session about Tamsik Bhakti, you're doing the prayer, you know. Swamiji, they're offering the flag, the same prasad, the recipe doesn't change. But according to Bhagavad, the person goes to the prayer, goes to the temple. You see that person who vying for that promotion with me, Hanuman Baba, kill them. I came to prayers tonight only to get more money. I am going to apply for something and I want to get through. No problem. But that's the only reason you pray. There's never a day, dear Lord, thank you for everything. A typical Sunday that has no religious purpose. I got up this morning and I just want to say, God, thank you for life. I hear children making noise in the living room. Thank you for that. Thank you for the life I have, the quality of my home, etc. That is where you up now from always want, but the person is just grateful, grateful, grateful. If the person does not step up and they only become transactional with God, I will give you parsad if you give me gold. I will give you sweet rice if you give me health. Some people get locked right there. Prahalad is fighting that because that is the only prayer. And believe it, the Daityas and Danavas, as we have been listening, are people that do pray. Sometimes in the Indian movie, we think bad guys don't pray. But you also hear they go on the hills, the remote places, and they pray ardently. They use their prayer. The problem is the Daityas are defined as people that use it for brute force. They use it to sit, dear God, Durga, Kali, sit on the edge of this blade, as I said, and only stop when the marrow, the bone is exposed. When it cuts the person, it must be so vicious. It must incite infection. The other side, the Danav, are people that use prayer, but they use it only for black magic, to entrance and in some ways control the person. When I talk to that boy is under a gaze. He's under some type of, I don't know, my son was a good boy, you know. But he went there and he get that girl and oh God, if she tell him jump, is how high, she moving, anything she want, he goes and he get it. He's under some trance. And it has some truth to that. That is what you call a Danav. The example in Krishna Lila, when Potna comes and she puts on this guise, this garb, and nobody sees the demoness. She comes with poison on her body and she's taking Krishna from the mother. There's no kidnap here. Please give me a child, let me breastfeed your child, and it's laced with poison. And the mother says, okay, no problem, go ahead. That is when a Danav is using black magic to corrupt the person's eyes and ears. When we spoke about Shringi Rishi, who is very integral in this whole Leela with Bhagwat, when he sees the girl for the first time, when Shanta, the big sister of Ram, marries to this boy, it's a whole trap. They use the female figure to entice this Pandit. Come, she'll marry you. And when you get married, she went Dashrath ask you to do the prayer so that Ram, Lakshman, etc. can come. You will be obligated to say yes. You will do what we want. Tonight, we go one step, Sitarama, everybody. We're going to go one step further. In this katha, you know this story of Prahalad. It just have some details that we sometimes forget. Because we were talking the other night about the role of salt. You're the Hindu, for example. And if somebody asked the typical Hindu way of fasting from salt for, they would say, no, Pandit tell me to fast. And we heard about the history taken from Padma Puran of the daughter of Lord Shiva, Ashok Sundari. Long story short, she ends up being the kitchen queen, something that is labeled seasoning in Indian homes till today. She is the person that becomes sodium chloride salt, becomes so delectable. She is the boss of everything you could put in that pot. Lord Shiva says also, because of this interaction where she gets the curse, because of your fear when Durga Mata is ready to fight because they cut off Ganesh Baba's head. When people fast from salt, they have a problem, fear. And they fast, how I give is so I'll get. You have a fear of failing the exam, fast and do your Saraswati prayers. You'll overcome it. You're sharing food, share salt food, feed everybody. What you're praying for, you will naturally acquire it by karmic reaction. When you see people taking out a Siddha and they're giving Swamiji a gift of salt, physical salt, the person who passed away, for example, amongst other reasons, if they have to face Yamraj and they have fear, give it in charity, and the person is going to overcome that fear. Tonight, in our discourse, you're going to hear another use of salt. It'll sound strange, but just like how we talked about the ring, according to the Narayan Kavach, it says, put the ring made with kush grass, verse 1, where the Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu is sitting. Use that on the person's body, and nothing will be able to persecute them. Another passage, we're going to deal with it tonight as we hear the making of this Narsingh, and to bring it home for you and I, the usage of this form. We know about Ram and Krishna good, but when your troubles are multiplying in different ways, the Hindu sometimes is lost in ignorance. I have a problem, but I don't know how to help myself. But when I come back, I have to learn how to help myself. Let's do a couple of verses of this Sumeran before we go into our discourse tonight. Everybody put your hands together. This part, remember, the purpose of this passage is you are asking God, please, I'm a sinful person. My attention span goes, it comes and goes like the internet Wi-Fi that's playing up tonight. 1 minute it here, next minute it gone. And I become my own weakness. For the duration of this discussion, please help me overcome the demon inside of me, to just focus a little bit for my own good. Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Barambar Madana Kadana Ke Lalako Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Vardhan Varano Bhasha Bhagavata Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevata Shesha Mahisha Jam Mahimamita Abheva Veda Veda Janata Rahe Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Vadana Vadana Sumira Sumiro barambar, Sumiro barambar, Madana kadana ke laal ko. Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. We enter into Skanda 7. I'm in chapter 8. Narad Muni says, the Daityas are at the end of their wits, trying now to destroy Prahalad. In our previous coming to the end of our chapter, he says, oh warriors, I've tried to toss him from a height. I've tried to put poisonous snake in his bed. I've put poisonous venom into his mouth. I saw him swallow it. And nothing is capable of killing him. Something seems to protect him, but what it is, I do not want to believe that Vishnu's prayer, Vishnu's potency is so strong. Narad Muni says, it was as if, without saying it, without understanding it, he identifies as this reincarnation of the two fellows who are guarding Vaikunt, Jai and Vijay. Now in this form, without saying I am bowing my head to the power of the Lord, he says, wow, the power of the Lord is great. In other words, no matter what I try to persecute this young boy in, nothing is capable of ridding the effectiveness of Lord Vishnu's power and protection. But I challenge all of you, we have to find a way to kill him. So long as he's alive, I'm in trouble. The last verse says, I know because of all the different pain I have inflicted or attempted to inflict upon him. Remember this will come back in our discourse tonight. He will never forgive me. One day I will get old, and this young boy will be in charge. And when he's ready for me, because of the punishment I have inflicted on him, I could only imagine the bad treatment my son will give me. Because of the pain I have caused him, I have to kill him now, because he will let loose no forgiveness, no mercy upon me, because I was merciless against him. Narad says, in this age of Kali Yuga, children will be the easiest form to attack. That people will riddle them with different types of physical, spiritual, nutritional, different types of attacks. Different things will rob children of joy, health, happiness, psychological well-being, medical well-being, nutritional well-being. It would be as if you are allowed to survive just like this child, it seems as if something spiritual, dynamic, and invisible has to be protecting you. If you grow up without some genetic disorder in this life, in this circumstance and society, no, it really has to be some supreme power protecting you from the effects of what is around us. I remember when I did my first job, when Narsingh was here, he reminded me, I now finished my degree. The fellow who was here earlier, Ian, we finished our degree and we went to work. He went to work SM Jalil in the lab, and I went to work in Victoria's nursing home in the lab section. Narsingh was my sister was my boss at the time. I was in charge of everything called microbiology. And when in the nursing home people needed to draw samples, we would go when people were pulling samples. So in those days, I was quite good in extracting blood and etc. Went one day to meet this doctor. She's one of those doctors that deal with when you're pregnant and you're developing and we check in the state of this pregnancy. The girl, the patient in that time, and I'm sharing a story, this is obviously not in the Bhagavad. The girl in the office at the time is crying blood. My sister has 6 children. My brother has 7 children, and I can't have any. The doctor's solution, she says, do not put it in your head is obia, you know. First thing, because I know your family. Do not say is obia. Tell me about your diet. Tell me about your nutrition. And the first thing that girl says, if anybody vexed, I say it, vexed with me. The girl says, well, you know, for lunch I have to have my KFC. And I do prayers for a lot of people. Some of them raise chickens. The acid, the chemicals that those animals are pumped with. The doctor says, before I give you a tablet, before I give you a hormone, before I give you one thing to do, points to me in the office. She says, he's a pundit. Before he gives you one prayer to say, consider this. Stop ingesting poison. Stop putting that chemical in your mouth and come back and check me. Before the year finished, the girl was pregnant. The chemicals inside of that food that we eat is what is causing a lot of our sickness. It is what is causing a lot of our trouble. However, the crazy pundit that I am will allow you to eat agar bagar. Don't talk about it, pundit. Nutrition is not important, but keep praying for health. Hanuman Baba, come on, help us, help us, help us. But eat the garbage every day. And when we start to do funeral, oh Panditji, all a busy boy. Funeral like that, sugar, pressure, don't give up the salt. Then we are really spiritual hypocrite. Pray for it, but then do counterclockwise in the diet. Our temples, my Dr. Ross is here, and I'm sure he will tell me, Pandit, thank you for saying something. Because we have to be fair. Sometimes the food we eat in this day and age, the chemicals, the fertilizer, not only meat, but the fertilizer that people is using is having an impact on our health. For example, friends, when you see your grandparents living for 80 and having 25 children, trust me, I am a victim of somebody who comes from fertile people, but in this life will not have children. In one generation. At some point, you have to look and wonder why. The birth rate, when I was on the board with school feeding program years ago, the CEO says our clients are how many children eat for the day. And in this country, every year, less children to feed, less children to feed, less children to feed, because the birth rate is dropping. You and I might say, well, Pandit, it's harder to mind children now. The cost is higher. I agree. But when you have no choice to have one child, you have no choice to have more children. That's something else. So, there will be fear. And why is that a Hindu factor? Pandit Sarin, when last you see somebody have 5 sons to walk around a box? Let Pandit Sarin answer that question. The trouble is, Pandit, could we do a funeral with 3 people? Could we don't have nobody to do it? Could the girl, last night when Pandit Atma was here, and he allows Basdev Pandit's daughter to do the prayer, a lot of people got angry. But if I don't have what to do, as young Pandits, you know how much people are saying, Pandit, you just do my prayer. When I die, could you do my funeral too? Because the book does say your Pandit could do it. A stranger could do it. I don't know why already say only your son could do it. If a stranger could do it, if it marks the wife could do it, if it says the girl child, when everybody else don't want to do it, last case, Puchi, she could do it. Word for word, it's there. More and more people have to find creative methods now to get through with their same prayer. Kali Yuga, these things are going to happen. But who is the victim? The children. The children are the targets. Why did they take off Sesame Street from the TV? Because Sesame Street was the fall of our attention span. Sesame Street made it so you had a segment with Grover, change your mind. Telly the Monster, change your mind. And it was the first, it was the increment, it was the first time you had a children's show that allowed the child to focus. Let's say the color blue on the screen, and then switch red, switch yellow. And what it did was, it encouraged your child. You have to sit in front of a blackboard, no color, no nothing, and focus for 45 minutes. I can't do it. When I come home, I only know 15 minutes. Now we're down to what, 30 seconds? They love the TikTok, you know. They don't have the patience to watch a 2-hour pundit talk. Only grandparents could do that, not children now. The things they are watching is what is feeding on them. You see, when your tablecloth in the restaurant is red, and we talk about that, why is KFC, why is Mario's, why are these people red? Why is the Coke bottle, Coca-Cola, red? Certain colors make you feel different. Red makes you feel to eat. It is manipulation in a different packaging. That is why the restaurant tablecloth is red. When you look down, yeah, I'll order another side. I could eat one more slice. And the person does things they didn't plan to do. We do it in our religion. That is when we were talking about the fitting color for funeral is white. We have that science. People use the science against us. We say there are mantras for everything. And people have it when you're doing Kunjika Stotra and you're chanting, Goddess, if somebody's praying to harm me, if somebody's praying to murder me, paralyze me, damage me, please, Mother, take away the effectiveness of that prayer and protect me. But suppose you live in a time where the mantra now is not in Hindi and Sanskrit, but it is around me in different forms, where the demons are the things I put in my mouth, or in my ears, or in my eyes. He says, Prahalad, there are 6 bandits. Narad Muni is saying, please listen, in this age of Kali Yuga, there are 6 bandits that were attempting to hit Prahalad in those times, but in Kali Yuga, they become stronger. The 6 bandits are the 5 senses that we all pray for, see, hear, etc. And the 6th form is your mind, your intellect. The example of it is, no matter what the parent, the guru, the teacher, the doctor, the advisor, the personal trainer, begging, please do better. Boy, shut up now, boy. I will eat, I'm a big man, I go eat where I want. When the wife turns she back, all you feel, I just take every tablet I have to take. What prayer don't know. We become we own enemy. So in the age of Kali Yuga, children will hit back the same people that are trying to save them for these reasons. I must watch, tell me the truth. All you could tell all the children put on a tablet? Without a, be honest. What you're fighting, is it a horrible looking monster with gashing teeth and a cutlass in your hand? The same thing you bought for Christmas and said, babe, if you pass your exam, I'll buy the tablet for you, or that type of phone. That same thing is your new model monster in your hand. We have to be careful what we're fighting. Think about it. You're seeing it. It's just in Prahlad time, the monster looked different. But there is a monster tracking your children in different ways. Let's hear what happens in this slok as Narad continues to talk. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Everybody help me sing tonight. Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Na keval bhaktasya rajan Vai bhalak bhaliye yati Chapayatam doshaye yati Paradvijayena pradushatam Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Chitmanugya ye samrat dehitam sadhav ye swadho Bravanate khutaye yati Pratiya hirangkashipu yati Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam 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 Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. The father walks in court one day where the soldiers are berating Prahlad as an enemy. You are some type of magician that all that we are trying to train you and lift you up as our potential leader, you do everything counter our ways. You have come from our genetic code. You have come from our lineage, the demonic people. We pray for power. We pray for influence and affluence. What are you praying for? You continuously chant the person who robs the life of your family. Give him a chance. Vishnu will take Hiranyakashipu, your father. Will you be happy when he's dead? Is this the type of person you are? Is this what you want? If you could course correct, if you could change, oh son, oh young prince, we would be so happy with you. Please listen to our advice. The father walks in on that conversation and he says, oh you fools, this person who is the enemy in disguise is always bragging about the efficacy of my enemy's potent power. Forget this unfortunate boy. He is under the delusion that the Lord of this universe is not me, his father. I have ruled up to this moment. Hiranyakashipu is in charge of Indra's throne for 71 years. I have ruled over all cardinal points. I make the magnetic allure, the magnetic attraction of the moon, for example, function. I am in charge of all elements. Prahlad says, he, Vishnu, is the omnipotent one who is giving you the power to do what you are doing, Father. This is the point now where Hiranyakashipu slaps the post. We know this part. He slaps the post. He says he's omnipresent. He's everywhere. Good. Is he inside this post? And Prahlad didn't get angry. He says, yes, he's there. He puts his hands together for children to understand. And with his faith, started to speak to that pillar as if it was the most religious, divine Murti. And he says, you cannot allow my feet to fall in this moment. Please hold me up, dear God. It's a prayer we sometimes chant when we are doing Ganesh Utsav, Pran Pratishta of the Murti, where after, this is while the blindfold is still on. When they're going to be removing the blindfold, these two verses where you are calling, dear Lord, I, the householder, the person doing this ritual, is inviting your energy. But don't, while it is blindfold, the Ganesh or the Murti, don't let the artisan who may have had a poor prayer method, didn't fast, but he was painting the Murti, influencing the outcome. The eyes of the Murti is why we stand when we're doing Arti. The gaze or the darshan of the Murti, when it has the light, that ray that is coming from the Murti, when you go to a temple or you go to a Tirat place and the Murti is able to see you, that from this portion of the murti, this area, it gives you the darshan to burn away sickness, trouble, or in simple language, the negative karma that is plaguing you. This is the invitation, this is the source of where some of those mantras that we chant. I am doing this prayer. The Sankalp says, I am praying for health. I am praying for children. I have sickly children. I have done, our family used to do Balidan, blood offering, and now we're cutting it off. But in cutting it off, our children, the boys in our family are dying. I am doing this pratishta and this vrat to get help. Please help me to attain the outcome I am looking for. He prays for that pillar to manifest the divine. And the only thing that stopped him from saying prayer is when from the pillar, according to Sukdev Goswami, a loud roar, a surprising sound reverberated inside the chamber where the throne is. Everybody looked high and low, but they didn't see anything. Let's hear what happens in this verse. Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Everybody.
Sita Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
Mana Vishwa Singh Aati Rupa Dvij Narsingh Pratitishya Aati Sakale Aati Raja Hari Kashapu Karalye Kevala Dvij Jityate Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram. Everybody help me chant that.
Sita Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
Chandra ye Gaura Dvij Churan Churan Dvij Shesha Jivana Kushanathyati Narsingh Prashchita Preshniye Prahalad Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram, 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 Sita Ram.
He calls on him that if you are the one and only energy to separate the atoms in this creation where Om comes from, you have the potency from nothing to make something, from invisible to make visible. Today, make my faith manifest here. Don't roar and don't appear. Roar and stand fast and protect your devotee. Whenever your child is in despair, be the person to save this person. When their prayer becomes pure, when their faith becomes stable, stand up, O Vishnu Baba, and reveal yourself. I need you most. From the cracks that started to form on that pillar came half man, half lion. As per the prayer we heard about earlier, Lord Vishnu takes a superhuman form, something beyond the concept of your vision and my vision. Sinful people encapsulate God to their understanding. God has to look the way I know. I know human has two hands, so he could only have two hands. But when you let loose the God, the concept of that divine, anything is possible. If he has 18 hands, if he has a lion head, if he has an elephant head, if he could be a plant, if he or she could exist in one form, the impossible could become possible because it's God. I am the limiting factor. When I say God could only look like what exists in the mandir, but not the masjid, not the church, then I become the limiting factor. And I take something that could exist everywhere. When you hear Lord Shiva say, I close my eyes, when Parvati wants to know if they call you Mahadev, when you overcome the effects of Mohini, the sexual allure, the lustiness of Mohini, and you overcome that, we called you, you gain the title Mahadev. Who are you praying to? Who do you close your eye and think about? He says, I only go to watch Lord Vishnu do his work. From his pores, all the planets and universe come out. In yours and my body, sweat comes. In his body universe, different planets and different molecules are coming. And I'm amazed at how he does the cycle, recycle, cycle, make it, destroy. How he's working. That is my prayer where I see my God. That is my worship. How do you then limit the person? Hinduism in Bhavishya Puran, in that first part, says God in this Kali Yuga comes as Jesus. God comes as Muhammad, the teacher, the guru is given there. This is why Hinduism does not practice hatred, prejudice, and racial. We cannot be that stupid to say God is everything, and then God could only be some things. If the first Rastaman is who you worship, where do you find the heat to say your hair is more fibrous than mine? I can't give you the prasad. You're arting the person who says, I don't have the vanity to rape. There's a poet who writes, they called it the hair of Shiva. The person with their vanity takes the comb and they're fighting the knots in the hair. You are raping the scalp, pulling and tugging what does not want to be combed. You become a rapist, forcing yourself now. He is allowing the hair to be what it wants to be naturally. So I worship him. I celebrate the matted locks of Shiva. That is what the hair wants to be. But I don't accept that. I want to convert it. I want to dye it. I want to put gel in it like a pandit. I want to make it suitable for me and my ego. But he is accepting the natural destination or journey of the example of the hair. I am a natural being. You worship it, but then you scorn it. Then you ridicule people who follow that lifestyle. Something really wrong with our vision, you know. We say one thing, but then we do something else. Let's hear what happens in the next slope. Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram. Everybody.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Sarsad Sarva Nijayetam Vishwarupati Narsingh Yate. He formed, and Prahlad saw him. He saw the claws. If you saw a lion head on a human body, he paid attention to the neck, the broad chest, the slender waist, the roar, the energy that was permeating from his body. The devatas became afraid. The guards in that throne room could not function. They started to mess themselves. Urine started to spray all over out of fear. The fright, the natural tremble of that throne room because of the descent of this power. What was not afraid? What was not afraid of all the different sinful things, harming children? Parikshit, what gets into the mind and the body of people that wish to rob children of nutrition, water, health, happiness, goodness? Whether the parent like Hiranyakashipu wants to harm and damn their own children. when the person does not think about their welfare and their well-being, what is necessary, what is a necessity for their strength, and you weaken your own children. This is echoed in Gita. It says when the ladies of the home, when the mothers of the home become so polluted that they don't teach the children, the community, the society what is needed, then you are in Kali Yuga. When the parent becomes so deficient that they cannot be a parent, but they become a friend and give to you only what is nice, only what you want, but not what you need. You cause this child now to be harmed and damned by society. He says in this Kali Yuga, O Parikshit, you are leaving. Remember when Krishna dies, Parikshit becomes the king. Parikshit now is at the time when Kali Yuga is coming in. It wants to move Parikshit. Parikshit is the obstacle. When Parikshit moves off the throne, when Janmejaya, his son, becomes the king, Kali Yuga comes in full. He says when Kali Yuga will come in, children will be at the mercy of many forms of darkness. One of the forms is poor parenting. People who do not know better, but they are manufacturing children and they do not know how to guide, how to grow, how to feed, how to care for them. And these children will be suffering throughout this age of Kali Yuga. Children will be under the duress, the knife, the blade of darkness. They will be the prey. They will be the thing that will be hunted by all forms of carnivores in different forms. In this moment, this child had the protection of this vicious form of Lord Vishnu. Let's hear what happens in this look. Sansara bhuvayesh vrikshayatam jivan muktayate tat sarvayati sarve jivana mukta putroyati pautrayati yat dvijayati Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram. Come on everybody. Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Ram Ram. Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. Narsingh is created, O Parikshit. Narsingh is created to protect children. Narsingh is created as a form to assist the creation. When the children of God are under duress, when they are attacked by darkness and dark people, different forms of enemies will come in this age. But blessed is the person that goes to this lion head human form, just as Prahlad did. That what is impossible, Hiranyakashipu is somebody who thought he could use his intellect to protect. He says, don't let me die by Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma. Nothing that is existing now, male, female, serpent, any spirit, nothing must have effect. I don't want to die because of the inside or the outside influence. And this form comes, scrambles the father. Now, just as the verse says, just as Garud holds the serpent, getting ready to allow it to become as if it were a Jivan Mukt, liberated while life is still within the body, from the time that grapple of that claw, that talon, holds on to the serpent, death is imminent. In the same way as the claws started to squeeze into the body of Hiranyakashipu and his blood is oozing out slowly, Narsingh pulled him onto his lap, not in the sky, not on the ground, in the doorway, so fulfilling the tenets of his prayer, neither outside nor inside, not human, not animal, none of these things. And when he gets into the stomach, rips open this cursed person because of how he attacks children. This morning, somebody sent me another video talking about how children are being preyed upon by sexual predators in Trinidad. From politicians to anywhere you go in the schools, in the different children authority places where they're supposed to be safe, it seems as if the institutions are not protecting the most vulnerable children. Watch the news. When we were small, my mother warned us, boy or girl, and in the 90s it wasn't so prevalent. But if somebody touch you, Keshava, and you get the no feeling, that's how she used to describe this thing. If somebody touch you a little too private, talk, say something. Your job is to come home and tell mommy, come home and tell you, in the case of your guru, tell somebody, trust somebody, say something. Today you have bullies. We have, as pundits, I'm sure these boys could talk. You have secondary school, prestige school, boy children, girl children, being bullied. Homosexual attacks in boys' school in particular. If you don't like what I like, if you follow me, I'm going to beat you. But Dad, I couldn't come home and tell you a boy touched me. How to tell my father that? Why you fight in school? Me I going to tell you. Just as how the demon is taking a different form, let me agree. Parents are not prepared for that. I know two boys go cuss each other, a little fist might fight. But when they do the investigation, one of the problems is the root cause for the fight. When somebody says, no, I don't like that, and the bullying hit off. In everything we talk about for today, you pray for your children, you get your children, you send your children out the door. And from the time that child break from by that door, you have to start to pray now. God bless them to reach safe with the taxi. How many taxis rob children in this for this year? How many people put their children in the taxi and they didn't reach where they had to go? Think about the parents. We talked about the Guyanese ship. People laughing at this thing. The ship that sank. And one mother lost 7 out of 8 children on that one boat. People laughing and calling it the Guyanese Titanic to make light of this situation. So many people died, and it is a joke for some people. That is the times we live in. When a mother could lose from 2 months to 16-year-old children, and that mother have to rationalize that, we as human beings think that is funny. These people who influence people online, not everybody have the best interests. At the end of the day, cheap popularity has more value, monetary value, than sometimes simple sympathy. When we discuss what's a demon, somebody who has no sympathy, no empathy. You crying, you cry alone. We talked about when people go in the hospital, and I wish one or all you goodly Hindu who have every flag in your yard. I wish one day one of you could come and just say a prayers with me. I'm fighting cancer in my 3rd stage and I'm going. My pundit done and stand by. Pundit don't go and read no jag. You have to come and do my funeral. My pundit ready, I ready. But you can't come and say a little prayers with me. The person walks the corridor. I've heard people say, Swamiji, you make your karma. You have to fix yourself. You come alone, you know. You see when we get on that hospital room, the hospital ward, the nastiest language you will hear. Well, boy, what you going to do? You're suffering because of your karma. Say your prayers and God can have mercy on you. We can't do nothing for you. So now, all this communal prayers is for show. So again, Kali Yuga, a lot of spiritual hypocrite. Pray when things good. And you see when trouble come, we go there. God could work for cancer? Good question. Here why I'm talking that. When all this was done and all the bad guys get licked up, all the devatas was trying to calm down Narsingh. This is the part of the katha we don't touch too much. Brahma started to say a prayer. In total, 39 devatas are quoted with their verses. Dear Lord, please Shanti, please calm down, because they're afraid to go close to him. You can't touch his foot. Very, very angry that you have interfered with this child. When Brahma could not go close to him, they asked Shiva. Shiva said, They asked Lakshmi, that is your husband, go close to him. She went close and he barked, he roared at her, she backed away. They asked the devotee, Prahalad, go and ask him to calm down. The Prahalad Stuti is created, a prayer that this child stood, and this form is very aggressive. In total, it is 43 verses that the little boy stood there. But the funny thing is, he's praying for everybody's around him benefit. So he's fighting, in a sense, Narsingh. Narsingh is fighting the rage and he holds on. The boy went and threw down himself in front of the Lord. He lied down like a stick in front of him. Narsingh raised him up, but the claws are still very sharp. So when he is embracing Prahalad, from the back of Prahalad, blood is coming because of these talons, these nails. And Prahalad didn't stop his prayer. Let me just do 2 verses. Put your hands together, everybody. In all where we talk about, you're going to hear why we say in these prayers. For my young pundits, those here and those at home looking on, when you have people facing different type of trouble, we were talking in our last session, when people talk about obia, I found eggs in front of my gate. The person went to sleep with one color, one complexion, but now sickness, trouble, the doctor testing the blood, Dr. Ross saying there's nothing wrong with this. Go and check your pundit. What is the prayers the pundit to say? May give you the secret tonight. Manya danda bhijaya janarupa tatshrutam jane narad danjaya he bhavanti paraspumsa bhaktyatushtah bhagavan jag ye pradha tadyachit manush mrigahasta dvijayate modate sadayapi vrishtayapi lokas nirviti mritya prayanti sarve Rupam Narsimha Bhivaya He Janaha Smranti Nahambhya Narsimha Bhyanta Kasya Jivantaka Netra Brikthayam. Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. Blessed is the person in the Ashirvad and the Mahatyam of this stuti. It says the person who prays like Prahalad, thanking God for coming and fighting the battle for me, protecting me, but now please calm down. The person who recites the prayer when there are different enemies internal. When a Hindu gets cancer, when a Hindu gets lupus, when a Hindu gets genetic disorder, don't matter what is trying to kill you, just like Prahalad. Don't matter what the form, the sickness, whichever diagnosis it is, I believe in the efficacy of this powerful form. It says, blessed is the person who could have the faith like Prahalad, that where it is impossible to get a God to manifest in a pillar, bless the person who has that pure faith, that even this, the impossible, what cannot be reversed, I could live with it. It doesn't have to kill me. I have seen therapy. I have seen somehow, think what I'm saying, the doctor said that will die. Prepare yourself. Poor pundit, them can't take satsang. They're waiting for funeral. And they're still waiting because it have plenty dead people still walking around. Prayers really works if me and you believe in it. Me and you believe in chemo. We believe in every needle God make. We believe, I use myself, Swamiji. When my grandmother them used to make, they make dal today. Samba dal to share. When my grandmother them used to make dal and they put, how you call it, thing, Saijan. I said, Mom, you want to suck pitch pine? Dal is dal. What are you doing? Boy, the thing healthy, it's good for you. Mom, you what that? So I said, put it one side. Stupid me now. When somebody process the moringa, how you call it, Saijan, and call it moringa tea, soap, you name it, Keshava running it down, you know. All it is drink moringa, the leaves from the tree, the root, the same things that sit down in we Ved under the Ayurvedic side, now it have value. When it was saffron tea and karaha, you know all used to chups when your mother gave that. My just a little lash girl. We're drinking now for now turmeric tea. We share coffee and tea, Baba. Yeah, I know turmeric tea. Tanti bring a piece of saffron for one of them. No, not this, the good one, the good one. Hindu people. You have gold in your mouth and you'll spit it out for copper. Blessed is the person, however, who could hold the faith. Do you really believe in God? Or do you believe in God when things are good? When God making it sunny and shiny in your life, and the day it come a little dismal, Hanuman ain't gonna lift the mountain that day. God could help with cancer. God could take away my trouble. I face in East every time it have prayers, so Surgeon Swami could send radiation to burn away the skin problem, the eye problem, the skin, the different difficulties outside, inside the body. But when I get sick, boy, it makes sense to do that prayers, boy. Really. Pandit, I don't feel I need mindset right now to pray. Forget puja. Prayer is when you talking to your God. In the Mahatyam of this section, Parikshit is reminded, I don't know if you know this. When we talk about Kavach, one of the reasons we're doing Bhagwat is to remind people about how to pray. Narsingh Kavach is a prayer. Kavach means Narsingh Baba sit on my front, my back, my right side, my left side, simple language. Kavach means armor. Equip me with your protection. The first verse, I am chanting this prayer that Prahalad chanted. It is very pious. Vanquish all my impediments and protect me on all sides. Remove all the heavenly planets, where we just say grah. Remove the prayer and the effectiveness of negative prayer against me. Should I cross something, should I touch something that is damned? Imagine I touch a blade and it cut me, and when it cut, somehow my body cannot heal. The sore is not closing. Till today, pundits have to tell them the truth. When you do wedding for people, and the boy and the girl get married and they go upstairs, they change. The pundit who worth his salt will tell that mother, go behind them. All of these big people here. The changing clothes, bra, underwear coming off, go with a garbage bag, pick it up. Because not everybody wishes your children well. Don't let them get that. When they start to do their work, why when you go funeral, people don't let you put different things in the box? There's a procedure. When you hear people say, they take your name, they put it with a yantra, they put your name on this parchment paper and bury it, if anybody vexes I, in the cemetery ground. The person in Gita, it does say, worship spirit, you go to spirit. Their spirit who now bury here, feed on this victim. And the other day in Bharataria, in the mortuary, when different people went to dead, somehow they started to look throughout the body. And forgive me if this is beyond, but in the private parts, in the butt, in the vagina of the lady, somebody was paying somebody to put parchment paper with people's name. They call out the name. Look inside the belly, in the crevices, in the cavity of this dead body. Look, I see in John Paul, this person's name, that person's name. So as when they bury the body and the body starts to decay, John Paul, it's an example, John Paul will start to decay too. If the pundit, understand why I'm saying this, if the pundit never described bad for children, I never hear Bhuta Preta Nikatina Hiyavi. I never hear, I need the same prayers for protection. Protect you from what? My pundit is only telling me God good. God alone exists. I am not advocating to pray like that. I'm not saying do that. Be aware of it. So that when it's, God forbid, it should come, be equipped now how to fix it. This prayer goes on to say the person who does Narsingh jap using Bij mantra, offering rock salt, just as how it sounds strange, rock salt, when you are doing Ganesh Utsav, when Yudhishthira was asking Lord Krishna how to get out of my trouble, when in Ganesh Puran, when you're describing what we call Ganesh Chout, in one of the vrat, in one of the month, you will hear take rock salt, dip it in ghee, say the mantra swaha. In a different month, take white rose petal, touch it in ghee, offer it in the fire swaha. When somebody says, I prepare dope grass, you take the dope grass with 3 heads. When you have anger-related problems and they're using the red form of Ganesh, Sindura Ganapati, offer it, that trouble will go. When you have abusive children, hitting parents, or a spouse that is beating you, trust me, when they say he's the remover of obstacles, it means all obstacles. Take the 5-sprang dope grass, dip it in ghee, and offer it in the fire. And the same Rambo that beating you, Rambo is changed. This Ganesh form, for example, Uchista Ganapati, the black form, when people are using black or tantric magic, pray against a person, trust me, he could work for that too. That's what this form is for. You name the problem, there's a God, there's a mantra, there's something to offer. So if you go, I bet you go in a competent puja store, religious store, and you see this selling you rock salt, I want you to understand, it's in the book. Some people use it to help people. The problem comes when I don't know how to help myself. I become vulnerable to any problem that props up in my life. Tonight, this is the prayer. Let me just do one verse and I'll stop it. One verse. Dear God, sit in my throat. Hear what the cover says. You are nursing lion head, human body. Protect my shoulders. Protect my arm. Protect my wrists when people have nerve problem, arthritis problem in those regions of the body. When the girl here, another verse, when the girl here is falling, or somebody is going through a different disease where the hair, the scalp is infected, sit there and bring healing and help. Oh God, where people take nastiness or tantricness or black magic, to put English, dear God, I depend on you. I have faith in you. Come and remove it. Protect my hands, my nails. When people have different trouble, regardless of where in the body, you who ripped apart the chest of the bad, protect my chest from bad. Let me pray a little bit. Whatever you say here, whatever you do for yourself. Pray properly. Narsimha patu me kantam Skanda bhobrit anan krita Divyaksha shobita bhujao Narsingh patu me bhujao Karna deva vardo Narsimha patu sarvata hridayam Yoga sandhyasu nivasam patu me hari Madhyam patu hiranyaksha Vyaksha kutsum vivardhana Nabhim me patu Narahariswarnabhi Brahm samstuti Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. This passage, for the elders here, remember it had a time people used to jari when you had beyond Nara. This is the prayer where they used to put, I don't know if children know this, they used to put 2 bamboo, let me say like Jandi type. The patient is in the middle, and the person who has honed this mantra is calling on God in the form of the bamboo. There's a reason we use bamboo to put up flags. That this form of Lakshmi, you ever see how people leave the little sprang on the bedi on the 5 corner in the middle? Why you just put the bamboo? If somebody asks you, why you just put the little sprang of bamboo when the people getting married on the top? the little sprout. Why that this have to be on the bedi? If it's missing, you could still do the wedding, but the Lakshmi that it is representing is deficient. When the person says the 3 words, for people who could say that prayer good, the bamboo used to bow in front, and when it snapped, the pain that the person had, truthfully it went. That form of jarring, I don't know if you've ever seen it or if you still see it, but it's Narsingh prayers that powered it. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. He continued to pray, and as the katha went on, after Narsingh Baba listened to the prayer of this child, he blessed him. He says, I want to give you a boon. Because of the power of your prayer, the sincerity, ask me for anything. He says, why do you take me, Prahlad, he says, why do you take me to be a selfish, foolish person? If I get an audience with God, do you think I'm going to ask you for gold and diamond? Are you trying to entrap me with things that will make me selfish, greedy, hoardy, etc.? Bless me to see you, and that's all I want. That darshan will uplift me. That's enough. He says, no, no, no. Let me give you something as a reward so people will pursue this method of prayer. He says, okay, you know what you could do for me? Forgive my father. Forgive the person who tried to hurt me and harm me. For this reason, when people cannot overcome loss, when bad circumstance come, murder, rape, Hindus turn to Narsingh Puja when the memory is your enemy. When the trauma is so hard that you do not know how to get back to where you was, the peace of mind. The person uses whether simple jap or more complicated, intense prayer. But Narsingh says, I will bless you. I will give you the peace, the blessing, the forgiveness, the ability to forgive yourself if you were deficient in a circumstance. Imagine the parent who loses everybody on the boat, but they live. The parent who went to Tobago and the jet ski hit the child, but they live. How do you continue living like that and your child is in a coffin? How to do that? This is how we get on the road. Couple with your therapy, take your meds if necessary, but pray for it and you could get it. No matter what the adversary is, oh Prahalad, I am there for people. I am there for children to protect them and keep them safe from all forms of harm and dam. Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. In this last verse it says, blessed is the person that could listen to this discourse, hear, cause somebody else to hear, share the knowledge, smaranam. Allow a person who is under some duress, some difficulty, to hear the evolution of this person called Prahlad. He becomes, as a virtue of this, blessed, uplifted, and a king in his own regard. One day to have even his grandson, Bali, become the worker of Krishna. His family strives just by the quality of his prayer. Blessed is the person that listens and practices the tenets of this type of faith, that type of prosperity follow you as well. Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. Before we continue, let me ask Swamiji to come and grace us and bless us before we move forward. Swami Shivananda, if you could come up here, please.
हरि ओम तत्सत। व्यास जी महाराज, पंडितगण, यज्ञकर्ता, श्रोतागणों, हम प्यारे भक्तजनों, भगवान असीम कृपा से हाथ जोड़कर विनती करूं मैं। लेट अस ऑल प्रे। ओम कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नारायणाय कृष्णाय परमात्माय नमो नमः नरसिंह का वचन नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रहलाद दायिनी प्रहलाद दायिनी हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरेणकम् अभूतशृङ्गं दलितहिरण्यकशिपूर्तनुभृङ्गम् केशवद्रेता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज ओम सदाशिवा समारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरु परंपरां नमः शिवाय गुरुवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्ते निष्प्रापञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्भे तेजसे ओम नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय ओम नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय ओम नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय ओम नमो भगवते शिवानन्दाय It is indeed a blessing to join with Panditji in this wonderful occasion of Saptaha Bhagwat Yagna. And how blessed I am to listen to Narasimhadev Pravachan. Very powerful, very, very edifying. May Lord Narasimhadev bless all the children and protect them. As parents, we have to do a little bit more, to be a little more attentive, to pay attention to the child. They are on vacation, and even a little more attention needs to be paid to them. For those parents who are bringing your children day after day, morning, lunchtime or evening to this pravachan, encourage your children to come, bring them along to listen to Katha. There's so much a wealth of knowledge being given by Vyasji. I represent Swami Shivananda from Rishikesh, India, Canada, and Trinidad and Tobago. May Bhagavan bless each and every one of you. May the compassionate Lord Narayan, Maha Vishnu in the form of Narasimhadev, bless each and every one of you. Om Shanti, 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 Shri Guru Bhyo Namah, Hari Om. Namo Narayana.
Thank you, Swamiji. Tonight I have Pandit Surendra from Akbar Trace Temple. Baba, please come and give me a little blessing. All day today, Pandit Rajendra was jarring and helping people, sickly people, children. Thank you, Baba, on behalf of everybody you helped today. Did you get to eat at all? You did? Thank you. Go ahead, Baba.
Ek Babalgajan Swami ki Jai Vir Vyashe, other pundits.
as you all gather here this evening to listen to the teachings and the blessings of that form of Bhagavad Puran, the teachings of that form of Lord Krishna. So as you all put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads, as you seek a blessing and form of Bhagavan Sri Lord Krishna, whatever wish, whatever desires you have in the near future, pray to Him in your own words, asking Him to bless us and guide us. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nilvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara Vasutam Sutam Devam Kansa Januda Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vanne Chakarkuro Om Shanti 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 प्रेम से वृंदावन में लाल की जय.
Thank you, Baba. Tonight, as we conclude, it is good to do prayers. Don't get me wrong. But holistic training for our children and our home has to be, as Swamiji said, we need to put a little more effort. You know, when you go Canada, for example, the culture, if the parent is not involving their children in some type of extra or co-curricular activity, sporting, cooking, something, some voluntary system, you're a bad parent. Is there a problem at home? Is it that why they can't come? Is somebody sick? In Trinidad, at least home here, we could do more. Nobody is saying, you know, break the time with work and all of that. But maybe we need to create certain things. Look, Tanti and them were here last week with Red Cross, willing to come to the temple to certify children in Red Cross with participatory certificate. So where you pray, you could get training. When these same children become, besides the actual benefit of it, when they decide to apply for tertiary education, and the lecturer say, okay, tell me why to take you. And I have this discipline. I come prepared. I have the earnest I want. How do you show somebody you're better than the walking normal people around me? I stand out. You know why? I had the fortitude, the parenting, the support at home to pick up an instrument, to persevere and maintain as a sportsman, although I did well in school. My hobby is being the barber, meaning the person cutting the hair. I have my own business established. I make pepper roti, whatever it is. But I'm 16 years old. I have ambition. That has to start at home. A parent has to get it in that child head. So when you get big, at a minimum, what are you going and do? Mom, I feel I will mind dog. I like dog. I laugh at that, trust me. Until somebody tell me dog they sell 1,200 and 1,800 for one puppy. So then I say I'm in the wrong business. Imagine if you had a father playing with his son, teaching him how to take care of this dog, in my example. That same child one day might make the best vet. The child might be the type to wake up and say, you know what, we're going to plant some tomatoes in the back. Ambition. Hard work never killed anybody. But if we work smart, we might end up with a better batch of children. I believe, although our books talk about Kali Yuga, call me an eternal optimist and a stupid faith, but I believe prayers just really trump everything. When things look dismal, I still have hope. And I will always push that for anybody. You're crying right now, you'll cry for every day. You're suffering right now. Yeah, you'll suffer. We just cry for the funeral. You just cry for the 13 days too, the same way. You just want to pull out the coffin from the hearse. By 13 days, you're done on the uptake. You're catching yourself. You're getting stronger by the blessings of God. See God work in your life. We are under the duress and the test every day. Me saying, I like it, but you have to do something about it when you're in the fire. Thank you for your listenership tonight. For all my barbers who continue to come and not just be here, but bless children, bless people, sickly people are coming who have trouble. And Pandit Rajendra, you was under the fire today, boy. Thank you on behalf of everybody. Nobody wants to say, I have a problem, but the truth is we all have problem. Let me get real. I have to find an avenue to get our help. Sunday, when we have all and everybody together and we're doing the guitar part, we're doing the Matikorna, you're getting the ashes, the Gayatri and everything, and you have all this potency of positive. Come and get where you need to mop out your house. Let me get real. After all that Gayatri burning, that fire, that is something that has value for all of us. I'm afraid. Last night, police, when they came here late last night, Pandit guide your people who living in this street in Gasparillo, this street in Marbella, this street in Princestown, Matilda, it had all type of surveillance, white B14 stopping somewhere on the side of the road, come out, watching the people gate so. Pandit, if I could get some spiritual help, I'll take it, you know. Where you gonna tell me? Ashes don't work, prayers don't work, nothing does work. Flags, Jandi, God don't work. If I were you, I would have take whatever help I get. In a place where you feel helpless for different reasons, you take whatever help that works. Trust me, prayers does work. Put your faith in God. Prem Sabolo Vindravan Bihari Lala ki jai. Before we conclude, on behalf of everybody here, my group on stage, I know you make a sacrifice for it. Thank you very much. Guruji and family, my dear Oma, thank you very much for coming and supporting me. When all the children finger blister playing drum and everything. Thank you very much, Shiva. Thank you, thank you. Thank you on behalf of everybody. Hopefully, God willing, we get to do it again. Everybody, let's all stand down. As we are about to conclude with Arti, put your hand together. And my advice while Uncle is singing his chant, if you listen to the words, Shanti Geet, Shanti Geet, peaceful song. This Bhagwat, I'm worshipping you. Time running out on me, you know, these were 15 sessions. In the morning, 16, we're nearly done. Dear Lord, in that peacefulness, one day, hopefully Sunday, I'll get a bow by your book after listening to all of this. Take away the strife, the trouble. Bless my children to listen to me now, God. Bless them to put down the phone and the tablet and learn to listen. Work with we at home. In all that we have, dear Prabhu, take away we stress and strife. Bless we, if I had to pray for something, bless we to be happy. Bless me to be happy, God. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grahana devesham shailokya timidapaham.
Jai 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 Bhagwatam.
Sing everybody. Let me sing together a little bit short after.
Bhagwatam. Jai 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 Bhagwatam. Jai 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 Bhagwatam. Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti. Papiyon ko path se hai ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोती पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोती पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि गान यही वरदान यही, हरि गान यही वरदान यही, जग के मंगल की आरती। भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से घिरा। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी। ये मधुसूदन की आरती।
Everybody.
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये मधुर बोल जग फंद खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग फंद खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा से आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
Let's pray together, everybody. Tvameva Mata
पिता त्वमेव,
Tvameva Bandhuscha
सखा त्वमेव,
Tvameva Vidya
द्रविण त्वमेव,
Tvameva Sarvam
मम देव देवा,
Tvameva Sarvam
मम देव देवा।
Om Shanti. Everybody, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai, Pauna Putra Hanuman ki Jai, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai, Vindravan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Jai Jai Sitaram. Sitaram everybody.